This is 80s Car Guy, and I'm working on my 86 Corvette to replace the shocks. And I've run into a problem with removing this. It takes a very small wrench. The smallest I had was a 7mm, and it was a little loose, but it still held. But the nut is on here corroded enough that the wrench to hold on here snapped. So even if I were to remove this plastic wheel housing part to get better access, wouldn't really help me. Everything else I have to hold on to that is still slipping because I can still have it on there. So I have just enough room. I've put a block in here to push this back a little bit, and I'm going to use a cutoff wheel, and I'll have just enough room to get that out before I cut into this. Second problem is those are 13mm bolts, which are out at the moment, but one of them was stripped. So I went to the hardware store, got some replacements. They are M8s by 1.25. And I picked up a couple of the U-nuts just in case. Alright, I can only reach halfway, so I'm going to spin that around. Cut through the other half. Alright, the pieces are cut off. Get the old shock out of there. I have brand new Bilstein shocks. And instead of two flats, this takes an Allen wrench. I might not have the clearance to fit the short end of the Allen wrench up there. With this in the way, it'll still be in the way. But I already have the cutoff wheel, so I'll see if I can find a junk one that's not part of my set and cut it short, because I only need about that much of it. This doesn't quite fit, so I'll cut that short, and the new nut is 17mm on the Bilstein shocks. And then I put the tire back on, set it down, and tighten that the rest of the way, and then put all the bolts back for this plastic piece. Because once that's back in place, then even the one that the Allen wrench I cut short still can't fit in there. So final tightening before that goes back in place.